Salute, people. Welcome back to the channel, Boxing After Dark. I'm your host, Nocturnal Thoughts. I salute all my troops. What the deal is, what's happening. Um, Man, beer is getting crazy, man. Let it keep on going. Let it keep on going. I thought about, you know, taming it. You know what I mean? Cutting it back down to something a little bit more. I don't want to say presentable, but more, formal. But that's not gonna happen. Uh, I think I'm gonna just let it go and do what it do, and you know, it is what it is, man. You sometimes get tired of cutting everything. Everything has to be cut and cultivated and pruned and shaped, and all this. You dig what I'm saying? Like sometimes, sometimes I just feel like just letting everything go, do what it do. One of my subscribers, man, one of my day one subscribers, he always asking me to grow out my hair to some dreadlocks, and I always thought about doing dreadlocks, man, but I just never really had the hair texture or the patience to let my hair lock up. But it's still always there. I'm always thinking about just letting it do it. You know what I'm saying? Even though I know it would be like, for me, it'd be like 3 years of a journey, like going through some hell, like 3 years of hell to get my hair to fully lock up. But like I said, sometimes I just get tired of everything being maintained. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, this video ain't got nothing to do with that. This video is talking about Mike Tyson and his comeback, and whether or not he's natural, or whether he's, you know what I'm saying, taking some kind of you know, PED, a performance enhancer. And it's just like, it's one of them things where I say, what does common sense tell you? You know what I'm saying? What does your common sense tell you? I mean, not disrespect to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'm asking myself. I'm asking myself, like, what does common sense tell me? You know what I'm saying? At the age of 53 years old, for him to get back in shape, in the shape that he's in now. I just seen that last little video that he released. I was watching it last night. He's like shooting a commercial, throwing some hooks, no shirt, and for 53 or for any age, man, he's looking real good. And then I seen just some question, is he natural? First of all, my thing is, what difference do it make? You know what I'm saying? I don't even care. Who cares? But I feel like at the same time too, certain people have to know. They have to know whether or not this is natural, because maybe in their mind they're trying to see if they can do it. If they have, it's all about motivation. And sometimes I feel like you can't properly motivate people without giving them proper information. You know what I'm saying? That's not deep. That's not deep. I know it's not deep, but I'm just saying, sometimes a lot of people try to miseducate people. Give them half of a story, and then think they can take that half of a story, half of the information, and then go and get full results. And that's just not the case. So I feel like it's just, you know what I'm saying, inquiring minds want to know whether or not they can achieve what Mike Tyson is achieving, or whether Mike Tyson can achieve what Mike Tyson is achieving naturally. And I feel like he can naturally achieve what he's achieving right now, just based off of his genetics. You know what I'm saying? I heard people say this before, but Mike Tyson, he like hit the genetic lottery. But it's just that some people do get blessed with genetics that other people might aspire to have. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, man, if you're alive and you have strength in your body, you blessed. You know what I'm saying? People always want what they can't have. So you might be blessed with great genetics, but just because you're looking at what somebody else has and you want what they have, then you might be taking your genetics for granted. Anyways, do I believe Mike Tyson is on some kind of performance enhancer? I believe most likely he is. You know what I'm saying? Because why wouldn't he be? He Mike Tyson. He got the financial ability to do it. He has the professional ability to do it, meaning that he has people that's going to be able to, at the healthiest possible way, guide him into that. It's not like he's just, you know what I'm saying, taking illegal under the table supplements or under the table steroids or something like that. He's doing something that I feel like most men at a certain age should look into doing, and that's making sure your body still has optimal levels of testosterone. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you get to be 53 years old, you cannot expect your body, no matter how well you take care of it, you can't expect your body to be what it was in 20s and 30s, and not even 40s. And if you were to go and get everything checked and monitored, and you can healthily, is that a word? Healthily. If you Hey man, I just make up words sometimes. You know what I'm saying? If it sounds right to me, I use the word. But if you can, in a healthy way, you know, get your body to perform and like, if you can do what Sylvester Stallone did, if you could do what Arnold Schwarzenegger is doing, and Jean-Claude Van Damme, and Mel Gibson, and Sean Penn, and you know what I'm saying, if you can rock out like that, go ahead and do it in a healthy way, not over extreme to where you going into uncharted territories or territories that's known to be dangerous. If you're going into territories that you know have just more risk versus reward, where you have more, you know, uh, side effects than what it's worth. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you can do it in a way that's safe, and do it in a way that's monitored, and do it in a way that, you know, you're not selling out your health. You know what I'm saying? They say some people sell their soul. Some people sell out their health in the pursuit of being healthy. You know what I mean? And I feel like, yeah, when you were on the twilight years, or you're in the second half of the game, you got to understand you ain't playing by the same rules as you was playing when was in the first half. When you was in your teens and 20s and 30s, man, you had a different rules you can play by. Once you get past 40, the game changes and the rules changes. And a wise man would use what's accessible to him. So, anyways, Mike Tyson coming back, getting in prime shape. Is he clean? He's clean in my opinion. Is he taking some kind of performance enhancer? Yes. But does that make him dirty? No. Does that make him a cheater? No. Uh, Evander Holyfield looked like he's having a comeback. Now, Evander Holyfield, to me, has always been on some kind of enhancement. And that's not any kind of disrespect. He did something that was amazing. He went from a small class up into the heavyweights and was competing with guys that were naturally 2 times his size. And I felt like he had to do something. You know what I'm saying? He had to do something to be able to compete with those big boys. But it definitely, you can't give but a small percentage of credit to his success to taking performance enhancement. I give 90% of the credit goes to his dedication to the sport, to the craft, to hard work, and busting his you know what I'm saying? I mean, Holyfield is the real deal. And I feel like he had to do 3 times, 4 times the amount of dedication and work to achieve what he achieved, looking at the opposition that he was looking at, period, point blank. And with him coming back, Holyfield, first of all, is one of those guys who, to me, he looked like he never let himself get out of shape. And like he's just dedicated his whole life to being healthy and training. And, he might have took some wrong turns here and there. And I think he was, maybe even genetically, was born with some kind of a heart issue that he overcame in the middle of his career. But him coming back now, I think he's 56, 57. He has to take something. And everybody does. Really, nobody can do this thing 100% naturally with food. Nowadays, it's not even, don't even, not even, why would you even think that way? You know what I'm saying? Who doesn't take some kind of a supplement, some kind of a protein shake, some type of amino acid or creatine or whatever the case may be? Who doesn't go by GNC and pick up a lot of supplements? So that's none of that is what I would consider to be 100% natural, because to me, 100% natural is just really food, period. Food and training. And as soon as you get outside of the food and training, when you start buying anything that has a label on it, that's in a bottle, that's in a, you know what I'm saying, whatever, then you have crossed over into a natural realm. Even though you got a lot of supplements you have a lot of supplements that you take from natural things. Once you take it from its natural and you break it down and you in the lab, you got a scientist, and you know what I'm saying, you taking something from a natural source and you putting it into a pill form or a protein powder form, and to me that's not natural. You know what I'm saying? I don't classify that as natural. Most people do, I don't. But at the end of the day, I don't judge. I don't care. It's not an issue. I just know it's a question. I'm addressing that question. It's, to me, when it comes to cheating, when it comes to taking, you know, whatever you want to call it, performance enhancement or steroids or whatever, I feel like there's a very, very, for me personally, there's a clear line you shouldn't cross. And once you cross that line, I consider you to be a cheater. But up into that line, I feel like it's fair game. And you know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do. So anyway, back to the top topic, the conversation. Mike Tyson. Because Mike Tyson is looking good. And for him to come back and, do some exhibitions, I feel like that's a good look. For people to be questioning whether or not what he's doing is natural. First of all, could Mike Tyson do it naturally? Absolutely, absolutely he could. It would be harder on his body. He had to be dedicated, which I'm pretty sure his diet, it has to be perfect. His rest and recovery has to be perfect. His training has to be a lot more, you know, he has to be more focused on the fact that he's not young anymore, so he can't just train recklessly. His training has to be within, it has to be marginalized or reasonable, but it's there, his ability. He has the genetics for it. He has muscle memory for it. He still looks, to me, he looks his age. He looks 53. He just looks like an in shape 53. He doesn't look like a 53 that's unbelievably fit to where it's unnatural. Or I've seen people far older look in better shape than that. I've seen people look 20 years old from the neck down and have a 65-year-old face, or be in their 60s and their body from the neck down be, look like a 20-year-old or a 35, or, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. I've seen someone 60 from the neck up, 20 from the neck down. So what Mike Tyson looks like is great for Mike Tyson, especially considering that there was a point in time when Mike Tyson was almost morbid, but not quite morbid. But Mike Tyson was obese and strung out on drugs, and then he kind of got past that point in his life and start living more healthy, and I think he was even vegan and vegetarian and transformed and start looking a lot more normal, but looking a lot more healthy. But people wanted to see that old Mike Tyson back. People wanted to see that no neck Mike Tyson. People wanted to see, what I'm saying, just that vicious, ferocious, what I'm saying, I eat you hot. You know what I'm saying? All praise to Allah. People wanted to see that Tyson. And I think you see a glimpse of that Tyson coming back with this last video, this last release of him, what I'm saying, without the shirt on. He's looking like the old Mike Tyson, the young Mike Tyson. And I think that's just a fan pleaser. And some people, it's good to see that, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I salute that, period, point blank. I don't even have to worry about what he has to do to get there. As long as he's healthy, as long as he's healthy, and he's not, what I'm saying, completely pushing out some kind of a false narrative like how it used to be back in the days where you was just promoting this supernatural lifestyle, but your lifestyle was totally opposite, but you was telling everybody else it was something else, and you was this role model. I ain't saying nobody specifically, I'm just saying how it used to be back in the day. Back in the day, you would have a role model that was a role model to millions of kids, and you would be telling them a half message, and they would just take that and kind of just mess up their lives too. And I just never dug that. I always felt like that was, that wasn't right. But now, you know, to me, if you come out and you just honest enough and tell people, what I'm saying, the real, it's more acceptable, it's more honorable, and I salute it. And I don't feel like anybody should be trying to judge it, depending on the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, that's a long conversation, so it's another video, another topic for another video. And this one, it was on Tyson. Tyson, I salute. Do your thing, man. Peace.